Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great weekend and welcome back to the channel. So we only have a couple of weeks literally left of this year. Then I would have made it to my goal of making a video for you guys every Monday to Thursday, every week starting in January. I think it was the 1st. And then I'm going to run up until the end of the year. So that's the goal. I'm getting excited to getting to the end of it. Not excited not to make videos. I'll continue to do that, and maybe I'll change my goal up. Maybe I'll put another goal in place for the YouTube channel next year. Well, that's what I've been talking to Greta about, because she's really excited. Doing YouTube is like almost playing a game with her. She's like little challenges and these things. She enjoys that very much. Me not so much, but I'll set up a goal, and then for next year I'll chase something like that to keep me motivated to make videos for you guys. It helps you a lot, and it's a great way for me to share the knowledge I've built up over the years with my athletes, and of course the people that they share this with. So the thing I wanted to share with you guys tonight, or the idea I needed to maybe make you think about. Because it's, we all have maybe just, and I'm not saying, I'm assuming maybe, but I think a lot of people that just have a one-dimensional view of themselves. I've realized that every person is almost like a diamond with lots of small little edges and things that they shine at and that they're good at. And at some angles, a little bit dull too, where there's no shine. If you've ever seen a diamond, you know what I'm talking about. Before it gets refined at the end, if I can call it that. It's kind of like it's a weird kind of look. It's a very faded look on some sides, and it only sprinkles in the sunlight at some angles. But the idea just is every person has a different, maybe has a multi-dimensional personality that they're sometimes not even aware of. But I tend not to drift towards that personality or those many angles too much, even though they exist, of course. The most important part is getting to your goals. If you get too distracted with emotional and personal issues, then you muddy the water and you lose sight of what your goals are. And then 2-3 years later, you wake up and got nothing to show for it except a bad experience or a couple of good or bad memories, and nothing else really. So that's kind of a little bit of a waste. I'm not saying, experiences are a waste, but if it's not something tangible, then, I could go without. So the thing that I think that you should, before embarking on these certain types of goals, not taking too much of emotional and personal issues into account, is either estimating. So not to undervalue or to overestimate your ability, in sense of I can say I'm gonna run 10 kilometers in 10 minutes, and that of course would be a very high overestimation of my ability. I will not be able to do that, right? So it's an overestimation. So it's not like me, I'm super shit or something because I can't do it. That's ridiculous. If I set that goal out for myself to do that, which not possible, I guess. Not probably not possible. But if I set maybe a similar type of maybe seemingly impossible goal, and I set out enough time and I do enough research, and I can chase that goal. And even if I don't hit it, anywhere close to that might be a ridiculous goal will be a very high accomplishment. It would be a high standard. So when I go for a certain specific goal or a certain task that I need to complete, I consider myself a professional. It is easier when you start out treating the activities and the things that you do in that kind of light. It changes the way that those things look. It changes the effort that you put into it. It changes the expectations you have of yourself. And then maybe at some stage, other people will expect a high standard from you too. As I'm a professional bodybuilder, when I step on stage, you expect a very high standard. If I don't deliver that standard, either I diminish the the expectation from professionals, or I just disappoint people's expectation of me, you see. So when professional athletes compete, it's usually a hard task because the standard is so very high, well, the highest, right? Pros are supposed to be athletes that are breaking new barriers, doing new things, and that's kind of where you want to be as a professional athlete. And as a professional in general, I try to be that way in my work life too. In my personal life, I don't know, as I've said, the personal is personal, you know. That's something that's not too much my consideration, but the places where it is very important is in your sports, your goals, and of course work, where I feel you should really, there's a certain way that you should, what would be the word, carry yourself. And that certain expectation, regardless of other people's expectation for that, your own expectation should be very high. So don't overestimate yourself saying, I'm a professional. If you're not doing what professionals do, then you're not really, right? You can say you are, but not really. You know, I can put on a doctor's outfit and walk around my house all day and say, I'm a doctor, and I've got a doctor or a lawyer suit on, so I'm a lawyer, and I haven't studied any of that. It won't make me that just by me saying it. I need to go through the activities that would turn me into that person, right? So this is a longer video than I was thinking, oh, you know, it's just a quick idea, 2-3 minutes. Now I'm already 6 minutes and damn it. But so that's the thing. Estimate yourself honestly. And then once that estimation is made, then you can set out goals because you know what resources you have. If there's not enough petrol in the car, you're not going to make it all the way. You know, make sure you got enough petrol in the car. So make sure you got the right resources to do it. And in most cases, that's just your two hands, not so much your mind. It seems like when the athletes get hungry or tired, their mind gets very smart with small little ideas and excuses and explanations to get completely off route, and then moor into the bushes and then just send out flares for me to come get them. I'm like, dude, you're too far out. They come that way. So that's my message for you guys. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.